Coogan Cassius for Eiffel TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're at the Lee Purdy benefit dinner here in Essex. With me, I've got trainer Tony Sims. How are you, Tony?
Yeah, fine, Coogan.
Lee Purdy, what can we say? Career cut short due to his eye injury, but 26 fights, 20 wins. The night in Atlantic City, British champion. He's achieved what some professional boxers would only dream of.
Oh yeah, he achieved loads in his career, and talk of the devil, here he comes. Yeah, I mean, he achieved so much, you know, in a short career, and you know, bearing in mind he didn't have an amateur career. He turned pro at 18 after a few unlicensed fights, you know, and as you say, he won a British title. Well, he won a Southern Area English title, British title, IBF Intercontinental title, and then fought for the world title. So in his career, you know, he achieved loads.
What fights really stood out for you? Obviously the Vassell defeat, but what a great fight it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great fight, and it was a little stepping stone onto what he was going to do, you know. And then he got the British title shot out of blue against Craig Watson, and it was a great knockout that night. And then they had the return fight in Craig Watson's hometown of Oldham, and he done the same thing again in the same round, knocked him out again in defence. The IBF Intercontinental title the night with the Argentinian was a great night, you know, because Lee was the underdog in that fight, and the Argentinian had come over with an unbelievable record, 16-0, 15 KOs, you know, and Lee took him apart, you know. And even, you know, his last fight against Bundu, that was a great fight for the European title, but unfortunately he come out with that injured with a detached retina that's never repaired, and you know, and that's why we're here tonight.
A mixed night in Atlantic City, but the fact is that he went out there on the big stage against Devin Alexander, and Devin Alexander's a quality fighter, has been, faced everyone, but Lee Purdy was there, wasn't he? And shame about the weight situation, but these things happen.
Yeah, you know, like he only got the call 4 weeks out from that fight. You know, he was laying on a settee, eating and drinking soft drinks, whatever, and I give him the call. I said, "Do you want to fight Devin Alexander in 4 weeks?" You know, and he jumped at that chance. You know, it was a dream come true for anybody, any fighter. You know, anyone around the world that's been boxing, you know, that's their dream, to fight for a world title in America as well. So he jumped at the chance. He wasn't in the best of shape for that fight. You know, he had to drop weight, and he couldn't make the weight at the last minute. But, you know, as you say, he went in there, he done 7 rounds with a world champion. He was a good fighter, you know, and you know, he got a good payday for it.
What do you think Lee Purdy could have achieved had his career not been obviously shortened through injury?
Well, I think we, you know, after the European title fight against Bundu, and we see what a good fighter Bundu was. You know, he went on to beat Frankie Gavin, who was our world gold medalist amateur, and you know, so he's a quality fighter. I think Lee would have probably gone back down to British level and then worked his way back up European level again, and you know, gone on from there. He still had a lot to give to the game. At 26, you know, he hadn't reached his peak, and you know, it's just a shame what happened.
A somewhat shy character in front of the cameras. What was he like day to day in the gym?
Yeah, he's a quiet character in the gym, but let me tell you something, training wise, he was the hardest trainer in the gym, you know, and all the fighters will tell you that. He put 110% into all his training, you know, and he was a pleasure to have in the gym. You know, anything you told him to do, he'd do, and he was always keen and eager to learn every day, and you know, as I say, it was a pleasure to be around.
All right, Tony Sims, thank you very much for talking to Eiffel TV, and have a good night.
Thanks very much, Keegan. Thank you.